Boom! There he is. It's Mr. Fred.
Hey, dude.
How's it going, dude?
Pretty good.
Wait a second. Why are you wearing clothes? I thought you'd be naked.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually wearing no pants.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, I'm in my underwear, so... Yeah, there we go. Me too, dude. Check it out. Okay. Can you see me?
Hey, oh, by the way, I can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me? Oh, okay, that's my mistake. That's all right. We'll keep going. But now I can show my pants. There we go. So I got my nice, sexy underwears on. Woo.
Wow, that's a good-looking thigh.
It is a good-looking thigh, and there's a reason I've gotten a lot of very nice girlfriends. It's mainly because of my thigh. That's one of my trade secrets. People think I'm smooth and I'm good at picking up chicks. No, I get them on the street, and I'm like, look, I need to show you something. I show them a little thigh, and they're like, all right, let's just go right now. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Thigh game.
That's actually my game too. But I also have a nice butt. So in situations, I might, I might win, but I have an awful penis. So that drags me down. Right. I have to hide that one.
I have a big penis, and I get lower back pain, so I have to drag my penis. It doesn't drag me. I drag it behind me.
That sounds probably painful.
It's a little bit painful sometimes, but not as much as for me as for the women. They're also in pain.
You don't get a boner when you're dragging that penis along the concrete?
It feels kind of nice. The first couple of times it got really sore, but then you sort of, like your feet, it sort of develops a layer. So if you look at my penis now, it's nice and soft on the top, and it's just like a shoe at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but if I get in a fight now, I just I get an erection, and I hit someone in the face with the bottom of my penis, and it just takes them out, because it's like a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a rock now.
It's herded, so it's sharp too, and it will scrape the other person.
That's right. I wonder if people listening to this now are like, how long can these guys just keep talking about penises? Probably a long time. We could probably go for hours just talking about making stupid penis jokes. And who knows?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I was having that thought too.
Yeah.
I'm still having it.
Yeah. So look, it's great to meet you virtually. So it's funny because we have mutual friends and stuff. Luke is a buddy of ours, and Steve Pavlina is a buddy of ours. So I've heard about you, and they actually told me about you. And then I saw a video. The first time I saw a video of you was you running up to someone naked. And actually, that was before I even heard of you from them. I actually had watched it months before, and I was like, this guy's fucking crazy, running up to people naked. I wonder if I could do that. I'm not sure. And then I heard about you, and they said you were cool. And then I decided to get to know you a little bit, and here we are. Interesting. So I'd love to hear your story. I'm sure everyone wants to hear who is this guy who's insane who runs up to girls naked. What's your problem? Huh? What's your problem, buddy?
Yeah, you saw me before you knew about me. I saw also you before. Okay. I have a little evening stutter right now. But yeah, you were actually the first pickup video that I ever saw on YouTube.
Which one was that?
That's pretty crazy. That was the you're going up to a girl. It's a long time since it was. I think she was engaged or something, and she rejected you, or she couldn't. She had a boyfriend. Yeah, she had a boyfriend.
And I dropped down.
And then you scream, "No!"
That was literally the first one we ever put up, actually, and it was actually someone else's channel. They filmed me, and then they put it up, and I think now they've taken it down. So I don't even think it's online now.
Oh, okay.
But that's cool. So that's the very first thing you ever saw that had to do with flirting with chicks on the street.
Yeah. There were some infield footage from Mystery and
Get the fuck out of here. None of that shit counts. That shit is all faggoty.
Yeah, that wasn't on YouTube, I think. Oh well, it was, but it was not they weren't YouTubers, and it wasn't for YouTube. It was to market some stuff.
Right.
So
cool. Yeah. So what happened after that? Tell us what was your journey? What how do you go from that to running up to people naked? I mean, what happened?
Yeah, I was very shy. A lot of people in this community here have been really shy. I was really shy. The most quiet person in class. Everybody would say that, I think, who went to school with me for 9 years. They still say that, and they're very surprised about what the things I have done, the videos I've made. I was just very anonymous. Nobody would remember my name, and I tried to play soccer, football. I wanted to because that would be my social crutch, so I could get friends by being a good athlete. Or soccer was popular, so you were cool if you were a good soccer player. So I became really good friends with the ball. Got pretty good, and friends came through that environment. No girls, but friends. And but I was young, so I didn't need girls yet. But then high school came, and then I started feeling social anxiety. I labeled it like that, and I also went to a psychiatrist for been very much of an ADD guy my whole life, very absent-minded and forgetful. And then I went to a psychiatrist to handle that stuff. I scored. Yeah.
How bad were you? Like what are we talking here? Like, give me a situation where you're just shit, and you're just like, fuck, I can't believe this is happening to me.
You mean social?
Anything.
Socially,
because I have so many stories of just girls who want to have sex with me, and they're hot, and I fuck it up because I just couldn't believe that a hot girl would have sex with me. Because it wasn't that I was socially awkward; it was just that I had no self confidence whatsoever. So it just crushed me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was super forgetful. I'm still forgetful, but the social part was I couldn't eat in the cafeteria. I couldn't eat in the high school cafeteria. I had to be in the classroom together with like 3 friends who I always was with. I was afraid of going to the cafeteria and not being able to sit anywhere. Going up to a group of people and just sit there would be really weird to me, and also sitting alone. Everybody would watch me all whole time. That's what I thought. So that was a big fear. And also, when the psychologist asked me, so what if on a scale from 1 to 10, what would be the different situations representing each degree of fear? Like 1 would be, I don't know, breathing, and 10 would be, I said, to be next to an attractive girl and having to talk to her. Like sitting on a bus stop, I imagine a scenario like that, sitting on a bus stop with an attractive girl next to me, and then feeling the pressure to talk to her or to go on. So that was the case with me. And I was about 17, 18 at the time. And the last year in high school went really well for me. Because I actually could have school presentations. I was funny when I was up there. When it was my turn to talk, I was funny and entertaining and crazy. But I didn't want to take any space unless I was given permission to.
Right.
And over the next year, I came into the seduction community and the NLP community and read a lot of theory and it took a while until I practiced anything. I went to a social kind of school the year after high school, and things got better. I had a mentor at the time.
That's how good the story is. I just had to sneeze.
Yeah, it was kind of like a horny sneeze.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It was just building up in me, this sexual energy, and I had to just let it out.
Yeah, do you sneeze sometimes when you get horny? I do sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I try not to do it during the sex now. It weirds some girls out. Because I'm a schnotter, so the snot will go right on their face if we're doing missionary. So and they think it's weird too, because if it's doggy style and they get the snot on their back, they think I finished. And I'm like, no, and they get confused because my penis is inside their vagina, but they think I've ejaculated on their back, and I have to explain that was a sneeze, and they're like, oh, okay. But
otherwise you have maybe there's a second guy there.
Yeah, right. They think I have my friend.
A second weird creep.
Right. Maybe I finished, but my friend's been banging him the whole time now for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which some girls aren't into, which, I found out the hard way. Anyway.
Yeah. And, I was working on I had a mentor, and he told me, first day in school, just say hi to everyone. And I was really afraid of doing that, but I did it. So say hi to all the 100 people that I was going to live with for the next 9 months. And that was great. That was really awesome. That really worked, because then everybody would remember the guy who said hi to everyone. And this is in Norway, so it's not a very social country. So if you stick a little bit out, if you say hi, raise your voice a little bit, everybody know who you are. And so that year went really well, because it started well. And then I did something. I wanted to just conquer the fear for once and for all. Once and for all. I was listening to a confidence program, and it was giving tips on getting confident. And he said that one method to get confident that is 10, 20, 30,000 times better than sitting and listening to guided meditation visualization tapes is to go out there and make a fool out of yourself on purpose in public. Go to a different city where you don't know that many people, and then you just you put on a sign above your head, hold a sign above your head saying "I'm a complete fool," and then like an underwear outside of your pants. This was the exact example that he gave and what he suggested the listeners to do, and I did exactly that. I taped a sign on my stomach saying "I'm the world's biggest idiot." Walked around with the boxer shorts outside my pants, and this is the scariest. This is still the scariest thing I've done, I think, that I have willed myself to do. I was doing it alone. There was no other people there who I could get support from. I was so scared when I was changing in the McDonald's restrooms. I was looking at myself in the mirror. I put on a costume, marked everything on my stomach, and I was just looking at my face in the mirror, and I was just, this is so stupid. All these doubting thoughts came, and they were huge, and it was apparently a very bad idea, and I would probably get killed. That black, everything just turns black, right? You think this is the end. and then I look at the doorknob next to me, and I know that it's all right. I'm gonna do it. I've come this far. I can't turn back now, so I have to do this. And I've been visualizing it for 2 months, and now is the day. And I twist it, walk around. I hold my breath. Don't even look at the first people who I walk by, so I don't know how they reacted. Went up the stairs, and then there's the next door, and then there's the next, fear of going out in public. But now it was just, I did it without even thinking, probably, and suddenly I was out there in public with hundreds of people around me, and it was fine. I actually got a kick from it, and I started running around, and I was in a completely different state than I imagined being in before I was going to do it, and I just felt free. And I was walking around there for 3 hours, and it was really fun. And I talked to my mom at the same time. At one point, she was calling me, and I said, "Hey, I'm doing this, Mom," and she could not believe it. And that was a great metaphor for me, because then I knew that I could do powerful stuff. Like, I could overcome a lot of challenges if I could do that. And today that would be really easy, but then it was a big thing. So that's when I started getting this goofy, or the kind of the guy who fucks around in public. I mean, and I met when I went to America to study, I met a guy named Brian, and we did, we made fun of people. No, we didn't make fun of people. We had fun with people, or we did the kind of pranky stuff just for fun on college. And then he wanted to make a YouTube video, and then that started. The YouTube career started. That's how I became a YouTube prankster. We met Luke, built a channel. After 7-8 months, we broke up just like a band. It didn't work out, and then I started my own channel, and yeah, that's how I got to where I am.
So interesting, very interesting. Yeah. Well, like I feel your pain for sure, but it's interesting because for me, it wasn't so much social fear. It was fear of rejection from women, and I was just horny, and I was shitty with women, and I was scared, and I didn't believe in myself, so I just couldn't get laid. So that's what drove me to go outside and do all this shit. So when I went and did crazy stuff, and we never really filmed that because that wasn't the point of what I was doing. I was doing the crazy stuff so I wouldn't care what people thought, so I wouldn't care about rejection, so I could get laid. Then I filmed me flirting with girls, which people liked. All of the stuff you're talking about, the social freedom stuff, so you destroy the ego and stuff, this is stuff I teach in my courses, and we make all the students do crazy shit, and I might do it to warm up and stuff. But that was always just a tool for me to get people to the point where they did not give a fuck what people thought so that they can go talk to girls. So for me, it's been a really powerful tool that I've been using since, I guess, 2009. But it's funny because we use it for different reasons. You just want to get over your fear, right? So you could you weren't trying to, women were not your primary motivation, right? You just wanted to be free. You just wanted to do what you want and don't be afraid of people, have more friends, that kind of stuff. Or was part of it, hey, you want to fuck chicks? Like, what was your...
It was actually pretty similar to what you just described, because now it's a little bit foggy. I don't remember exactly how it looked like, but it was I did this to get confident. I think I actually viewed talking to girls a little bit more, a little scarier than making a fool out of myself in public. I think I did this stunt because the guy in the audio program believed so much in that exact idea that I did it. I did that.
Yeah.
Because he said it was 20,000 times better than visualizing yourself getting cool.
I mean, I agree. It's I've just been doing it for so long now as a tool. I know how powerful it is, and I can't imagine sitting around meditating. I know that has benefits, but when it comes to really like overtaking a major fear, doing it and living through it and getting through it and not fucking dying and seeing, oh yeah, wait, I've done it and I'm all right. Nothing is more powerful than that. It's real life. It's experience. It's pushing your own fucking boundaries and surviving it. So yeah, that's why I always laugh at all these guys who try and, hey, we just do this or think about this and change your mindset. No, dude, you need to fucking get out there and be judged and have people think you're a fucking asshole and be okay with it. And then you're going to get over the fear and do whatever you want. It's really that simple. There is no, you have to do it.
There's a, that, I don't see any way where anything else, like sitting, going, I was doing a lot of meditation and visualizing but that was the proof, because all you need is proof, and proof from the real world. I mean, you can discuss what's real, but proof from, in this life, this reality, I want to become better socially and better with women, and that's the reality where you need to test yourself.
That's right.
So being in the mind is another reality.
And it's very interesting that the way you got to it, because my friend Marcus told me years ago, we were talking about theory and all this stuff, and he basically said, we're talking about confidence, and he said, confidence is bullshit. I said, what do you mean? He says, it's bullshit. He said indifference is where it's at. Indifference. When you stop giving a shit about what anyone thinks about you, you can do whatever you want to, and you stop caring about people's opinions, then you get confident. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right, because this is back in the old days we were theorizing about it. So that's exactly what happened with you. You got to the place of confidence because you stopped giving a fuck. That was your tool. So essentially, you just crushed your fucking ego and all these bullshit thoughts that weren't real, and then to the point where you can run up to people naked, which is just about the most awkward thing I can think of to do. It would be pretty high up on the list, for most people, I would think.
Yeah, it was. People, I mean, I get a lot of questions about that stunt, and what I say to them, well, they ask me, how did you dare to do that? And then I say, well, I had, it took a lot of balls, yeah, I did, but it also took, I had support around me, people wanting me to do this, and I believed in the idea, and I wanted to make a good video. So yeah, but yeah, I went through a lot of barriers, and especially like uploading this stuff on the internet was also a new barrier, and get this identity. Yeah, I worked through a lot of fear on that stunt, but yeah, it's I also say that I don't walk around naked in public and hit on girls I mean, it is fun, but it's not an everyday thing at all. I would require that the camera would be on, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, about the confidence thing. Yeah, about the confidence thing. I like what he said, Marcus. That it's about being indifferent. It's not about being confident. Yeah, because confident, we don't really know what that is, and it's not. I talked to a guy who was really a friend of mine. This black guy growing up in the hood in South Central LA, and has very charisma that I lived with in Santa Barbara. And I asked him about confidence, and he said, "I don't have a confidence. Confidence is," and I didn't understand what he was talking about. Of course, you have a confidence, but when my confidence grew, I realized that confidence is nothing. Confidence is just a thought and a word, and you can try to get it like it's there. It's a thing. It's tangible, but it is just yeah. It's actually illuminating importance, thoughts, like what people think of you. That's thoughts.
Well, I think people who lack confidence lack self-love. I think, and that's why it's so tied into the ego and so tied into all those negative thoughts we get. Because if you really think you're great, if you're just like, people love me, I'm fucking awesome, and then you look at a girl, you're just like, this girl's gonna love me, I'm just gonna walk over there. So, but when you really don't have all those positive reinforcements, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know if people like me, all this kind of shit, well, then you're not gonna have the confidence. So really, this is why the indifference is so good. When you really get to yourself to the point where you don't care what people think anymore, you're eliminating your own self-talk. All that, oh, what if she doesn't, what if people don't like, I'm not sure. You have to give all that shit up. If you're going to go do something really crazy, walk up to people naked or hit on a girl or do it, whatever, anything that's hard for you, you have to get rid of all those negative thoughts and judgments. And when you get rid of all that shit and you see reality, which is everything is fine and people like you and whatever, you just go, oh, everything is okay. Well, I can just feel okay then, and that leads to a natural kind of confidence. But indifference is something you could shoot for that's more tangible. It's just like, okay, I'm going to get to a point where I don't give a fuck what people think about me. That makes sense. But hey, I want to become more confident. Yeah, it's very elusive, and this is why for years we've just been telling people, stop giving a fuck. That's your best way to success. Stop giving a fuck. And what I found on my courses, which is interesting, is that not only will people meet a lot more girls and start whatever, having girlfriends and all this kind of stuff, people tend to then go for whatever they want in other parts of life. They ask their boss for a raise, and if the boss says no, they quit and they start their own business, or they find a way to make enough money to go and travel and do whatever they want to. They stop, because when you just give up on fear and you're like, no, I'm just going to do whatever I want to, it just affects every other part of your life, period. And so I've seen really, really crazy stories of guys that have gone through my training that end up just building amazing fucking lives, and it's all the foundation of it was always, the day I stopped caring what people thought, I just went and did what I wanted with my life. And that's the power of this. And people think, oh, these guys are just crazy doing silly shit. They have no idea the real power behind what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's hard to fathom it unless you've done it. It's hard to understand that doing something really fucking crazy where people think you're an asshole could completely change your outlook on life and how you feel about yourself, and change your life drastically. It does. Every fucking weekend I do it, and people don't. It's very hard for people to really understand the power of what we're doing here, I think.
I go into, like, every time I film videos, I go through something. The socially, I don't know, for you seem, extroverted and all. I don't know. You can also give your story on this, but I go through some nervousness and some fear. And a lot of times I don't even want to film a video. I don't want to smile to people and, get out there. And a lot of times I actually back out. Uh, but when it happens, it's all fine. So yeah, I go through. Even though I stopped, I think I stopped giving a fuck about my life, what people thought about my life. I don't really give a shit about that. So that's kind of gone. I'm doing my own thing. I'm following my own vision. That I'm completely free. But the daily anxiety keeps coming back for some reason. But it's better. It's always better. It gets less and less. The default is there's less anxiety on my default state.
Right.
How are you on this?
Whenever I see a girl who really takes my breath away, for example, because I don't have anxiety like normal life anymore, because I've trained myself to enjoy creating social tension. So I'm addicted to it now. And this is like the highest level I try and get my students to. If I'm in a situation where I could do something where everyone's going to think I'm an idiot, I love it. I really will. I like doing it, and it makes me feel good. So I'm completely a freak in that now. I'm always trying to do loud farts or bend over or drop things or just do stupid shit. I was in a yoga class the other day, and everyone's like, right at the end of the class, and it's all peaceful and everyone's happy. And she's like, okay, thanks for coming, guys. Namaste. It was nice. And I just start going, woo! Good class! Fucking awesome! Great class! And a couple people joined in, and everybody was laughing, and then everyone's talking to me about after, because it's so crazy. But it's just like, I can't not be doing that stuff, or I get bored in life. But if I see a girl who completely is stunning and it makes me shit my pants, I still feel a little fear, and then I decide, okay, do I want to do this or not? And then sometimes I do, and sometimes I'm just lazy and I'm just like, nah, fuck it. But yeah, so it's always like you always feel a bit of fear. It's just like I'm so conditioned to doing things anyway, and I've had a lot of positive experiences. So you just kind of do it. The same thing with stand-up comedy. Like people think, because I did stand-up for like 15 years, my whole life really. I think I have zero fear going up on stage. No, I still get a little fear, but it's not even fear anymore. It's just kind of like this excitement, and there's that little, for a second, you're like, oh shit, but then you just do it, because you know you're going to do it, right? So you just do it. But you always feel something. But after a while, even that something is just, you can almost kind of change it to like excitement, because it is excitement. It's excitement and fear. So you just focus on the excitement, and you just fucking go do it. And you just get used to it, and I'm just more used to doing it than not doing it. But yeah, it doesn't matter how good you get, you're always going to have the fear. I don't think
you still do stand-up comedy.
Once in a while, only once. I haven't had the time. I think I'm going to go back into it now, because I'm moving back to London, so I think I'm just going to start doing more shows. Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I want to do more of it. I think I did one a few months ago, and it was that was my first time, and it was I think I was in a very good and peaceful state at that time, very neutral, not and kind of indifferent. So I didn't. I just let the fear just pass me. So I didn't hold on before I was doing it. So it was not a relief when I did it. It was kind of just. I don't remember much of the show. It went okay. They said it was really good for being the first time, but I really want to get into that if that's fun.
It's so much fun, and it's also really good. Like I'll tell guys, if they really want to get better at all their conversational skills, charisma, women, everything, it's like do stand up. Write 5 minutes of jokes and do stand up. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. If you're in London, we can go through your jokes a little bit, and maybe we can actually get on somewhere. We can go do a little comedy when you're in town.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. So you tell them that to do stand-up comedy, because I see some stand-up kids who are really shy when they're off stage and very in their head, because they're thinking they're analyzing the whole thing and trying to make it funny beforehand.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, I've seen comedians who are actually extroverts, and some of them are total introverts, and they just go up on stage and do the show, and you come up to them after the show, and you're like, hey, how's it going? Great show. And they're just like, thanks. And you can't even talk to them, because they're just, it's really funny. Well, another thing, so I was just going to ask, so you being on YouTube and sort of being out there in the open, what's been the response sort of people and your friends and the YouTube community, with you coming out as being homosexual? What's been the...
Oh yeah, you
get a lot of support for that, or...
Oh yeah, you thought I was homosexual?
That's funny. You're not? No,
I don't know if it's.
because
I
I
don't know
seen
if
you
you're
with your
joking.
shirt off and you're super ripped and you had the long hair and so I thought, oh well, this guy,
Oh, okay.
he likes.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting that you're joking, or I still don't know if you're joking. Damn it, yeah. I still don't know the social codes.
No.
I might not care that much what people think, but I'm still I probably still have some Asperger's or something that doesn't get social
Well, that's
code.
what I was.
But I did.
Because that's why I thought it was so interesting. Because you train yourself to not give a fuck what people think, and then coming out if that made it easier for you to come out, or you were always comfortable with being homosexual. That's what I wasn't sure about. All right, I was just trolling you. I thought it would be funny. I troll everybody that I speak to. I just have to do it. I make a lot of homework. I'm very immature on some levels.
Yeah.
But
no, that was good. That was really. I'm gonna start doing that on live. I mean, I feel like this is live. I don't think you're gonna edit it anyway. So
no, there's no editing. That's it. It goes in. You can call me a cocksucker, and it's still gonna be good.
Yeah. Cool.
So here's a serious question, though. So you've done this stuff. It's great. How many videos have you made, by the way? Approximately, do you know?
I think it's up there with around 90 serious videos on my main channel with pranks.
Amazingly, I'm so lazy. I don't make that many, so that's more than me. And I started way before.
Is it?
Oh yeah, I think I just checked. It was something like 87 or something. Or maybe I'm wrong and only 87 are live because some of them we just made them invisible because we decided they're not that good or they're old or whatever. So it might be a bit more, like 130, but it's not very much for sure. I need to be more busy. That's one of the complaints I get. So now that you've done that and things are wonderful, what's sort of exciting for you? Where do you see? Do you want to be like a professional YouTuber? Do you have other dreams? Like what do you want to do with your life? What are you excited about? You laugh at that question. I ask you if you're a faggot, and you're just kind of looking at me.
Laughing at
but
that.
then when I'm just like, so serious question, then now you crack up. You weirdo.
But I think I'm gonna register your question about now. It was no. Now it went through my head again. What was it?
It was so. What do you want to do with your life now? Do you really want to be a professional YouTuber, or do you want to do something else? What's your plan? Do you have a plan?
The plan is to come out of the closet first, and then I'm just gonna come out of the closet. I think everything will turn out great then.
Well, then you gotta suck a rich guy's dick, and then you get lots of money, and then that's it. Enjoy life.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of offers like that. I think I get a lot of gay comments, and some of them are probably rich. I should just hit up every one of them.
Dude, if I was gay, I would get so much more sex, and I would have my whole life. So honestly, if I had a time machine and I could go back and make myself bisexual when I was like 15, I would have been so much happier in life because there would never be a week where I wasn't getting laid. I've had tons of time in my life where I was really horny, wasn't getting laid, really up till I was 27. So from 15 to 27, 12 years of when I was the horniest of getting fucked all the time by men, I would have been so happy. I probably wouldn't have even gotten into this business or even done YouTube videos. So I guess it's a good thing I wasn't bi or gay, but I would have taken it. I would have taken it.
Is this a part of your strategy?
No, I'm serious, dude.
Isn't
you
it?
Get double the sex when you're fucking when you like both the vagina and the penis. I think everybody should be bisexual, and we would just have so much more fun. Then there wouldn't be any stigma or any weirdness. No one would be getting their heads chopped off for being a fucking faggot. If we were all like sucking everybody's and fucking everyone, it would be great.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I think in a spiritual sense, we're not female or boys. I mean, female or males. But the sexual nature is so physical that I don't know. I don't understand that part, but yeah, they get a lot of sex because they're men, so they think with their penises.
It's great. It is.
It's a very mutual.
It's fantastic. I hear the stories of the men and what they do, and I'm jealous. But seriously, tell us what you've got. Okay, obviously we have one exciting thing you're doing. You're coming to speak at the Infinite Man Summit in London. What are you going to talk about at the summit?
I'm going to share my story, but now I've already revealed it, so I got to come up with. It'll probably just be me coming out of the closet. I'm spending a half hour describing and crying about that. And then I'll talk about how to become a master with girls as a straight guy. So that'll be kind of weird.
That'll be weird. No,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
your story, when you do the real version with all the juicy pain and shit, I think it'll be wonderful. I think it'll be great for the guys to hear from somebody who's really gone from real social anxiety up to, really doing some crazy shit. I think it's a great blueprint, and I think it's something that people need to hear more of. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'll take the people from A to Z there, and I will prepare, and I will. I think because this will be my first speaking gig. This will be super exclusive, and I've told this story many times, and I'm also going to talk about how to just free yourself, just how to free yourself. There's a lot of focus on techniques and stuff to do, but also there's an important part, which is just understanding and realization. I think actually that's what happens when you go through fear, when you get life experience, putting yourself out there in situations physically, you get realizations. Oh, it's not that bad. And once you just become okay with everything, magical things will happen. But it's the biggest success story I've seen, I think, in social, because I have proof. I have proof that I have social anxiety, that I had social anxiety. I have a document saying it, and I have a proof showing people that I can pick up girls while I'm naked. So it's a very good success story, and I will tell people what happened from A to Z in more detail. I look forward to do that. I look forward to go to London and meet you. I've never actually shook your hand, and
it's not going to happen, because as soon as I see you, I'm just going to whip my dick out, and then you can just give that a little tug.
When I was stammering there, I was actually going to do a new penis joke.
Okay.
But I and then he took it out of me.
I fucked you over.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to fuck you over and over in London.
Yeah, that'll be, yeah. By the way, Sasha is forcing me to do this. I'm going to just get molested. That's all.
That's right. The whole thing was my idea. Well, hey, buddy.
You're going to edit this part away anyway.
I like your hair. You should come to London. That was what my email said.
Yeah.
You're pretty. Why don't you fly over to speak at this event I'm having? And he was like, all right. And then he's going to get there, and it'll just be an empty room with a camera and me with a towel on.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you've gone back into your head now with fantasies.
Yeah.
Good. Well, tell me one last thing I'd love to know. I'm very excited to have you at the event. I think it's going to be great to hang out and shit. And who knows, maybe we'll even get up to some craziness when you're there. But sure, yeah. But what's any idea where you want to take your life from where you are now? What do you want to do? You're still a young kid. Yeah. What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah, I want to do comedy. I want to explore the comedy and just become a more true and work on my craft when it comes to comedy and entertainment. I like to entertain and inspire, so I want to do those two things. And I think one of the best ways to inspire is to tell a story. Actually, through entertainment, I think is the best. I mean, it's a very soft way to get to the inspiration. Everybody remembers a movie that inspired them. I'm interested in movies too, and I want to keep being a YouTuber. I like it. There are definitely ups and downs when it comes to my drive of it's not fun when you're trying to make a good video, trying to make a viral video. And good news now is that pranks just don't go viral anymore if it's real. So I have to just think differently. So I have to connect. It forces me to connect more with the audience, which is what I actually want, and which is a lot easier. And so that I'm going to focus on now. So I'm going to make simpler videos, still do pranky stuff, but things I enjoy more, like interacting with people. Mm-hmm. So I look forward to do a lot more of that. So yeah, and watch the YouTube take me to. I want to go to California again. I'm in Norway right now, and I've been there for 10 months, and it's been nice, but now I mean California is definitely calling.
Well, a lot of gay people live in California. It's very popular. They love it. They love it there. They love the weather. They can walk around in their little tight spandex. It's very warm, so it's a very comfortable place for your people. So.
Yeah, I just released a video where I'm picking up gay dudes while I'm naked in California, actually, in San Francisco. So
there it is, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I can't be with clothes. I have to get naked. I get social anxiety when I wear clothes.
I'll tell you something interesting. When I knew I was going to talk to you just last week, I was on my friend's boat, and there was a nude beach. And I decided I'm going to go walk around naked on the nude beach because I thought about it and I was like, well, I've never done that and I think I'm uncomfortable about it, so I did it, and it was all right.
Nice. Yeah.
But that's not as hard as doing it on the street, though. But I'm pretty sure I'd get arrested here in Canada, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, maybe it's like everyone says that. Yeah, I think you should be careful doing that in public, but it's good. Yeah, everybody should have that feeling. Everybody should experience being naked in public. At least being naked at a party or something. If you're at a party, just get your pants off.
Naked. I have a joke I like to do now that I've been doing for, I don't know, a while now. I just think it's funny. I'll be doing a talk and there'll be a bunch of guys there, and then I'll just take my dick out and I'll put it on the table.
You you made your dick sound really big.
Yeah, it is, but it's not when I'm not excited, and a room full of men doesn't excite me like it used to. So, but yeah, I just think it's funny. I just think it's really funny, and I'll just take it and I'll whack it on the table and I'll look at someone and I'll say, "What do you think of that?" And I'll just wait for a reaction, and it gets a reaction. So I've been doing that for a while now. That's not as, I don't know, that's a different thing than walking around naked, but it's quite fun. You should try that sometime. Right in the meeting, you're in the middle of a meeting, you just take your dick out and put it on the table, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to LA and do a lot of meetings with the serious meetings there. They definitely need a naked dick.
Naked dick right on the table. That's what they need. I look forward to hearing about how that went.
Yeah. So you do that with your clients or your
not clients. I would do like a
audience.
Talk for a bunch of fans who would come out and I'm talking about stuff and sharing wisdom, and then I would just whip it. So they're people who are fans of mine, but cool. It entertains me. So listen, this is wonderful. I'm very excited. I'm glad we talked finally, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you in the flesh in London just in a couple of weeks. It's going to be super fun.
Yeah, I look forward to do that too, and I hope a lot of people who know me and are fans of me will come as well. Yeah.
Well, we're going to give you a special link, so your people, if they want to come, they'll get a special deal. And all I have to do is click on the link. We'll stick it up somewhere underneath this, and they can come and join us and meet us and hang out, and it's going to be great. For your people listening, they should go to infinitemansummit.com. There'll be a link, and they can read all about the event and what it's all about. It's basically about men bettering themselves, overcoming their fears, living their passion, getting cool jobs, being healthy, having healthy relationships, and getting in touch with, the creative force that's put us on this planet. So some spiritual stuff as well for those who are into that. So it's beautiful. It's going to be a bunch of guys who are motivated and want to better themselves, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm coming. I'm really resonating with I just read the sales letter, and I just knew this is for me. I can speak here, and I would love to be here, even if I didn't speak. This is so on point. This is like, being a man, all the aspects, to become a free man and just living an awesome life.
That's right. That's what it's all about. And I really feel us men are just being really not taken seriously and sort of repressed by society, and our sexuality is being repressed, and we're really just treated like we're supposed to work and pay taxes and follow orders, and that's not what life is about for me, man. Fuck that shit. So I'm just trying to wake guys up so they can really, build the lives that they want and have amazing lives rather than just being mediocre. And I've seen mediocre, man, and it sucks. No one, you know what I mean? Fuck that shit. we all have that one friend who's a little like even sub-mediocre, where they don't do anything. They just like go to work and they watch TV after, and that's like a lot of people, and I just can't fucking imagine doing that. And so I'm just my purpose at this point, to a big degree, is to pull people the fuck out of that and make them realize that we manifest our reality, and your reality in your life can be whatever you choose for it to be. But you have to make some changes in the way you think. You have to take some action, take some chances, overcome your fears, which is what we've been talking about, and you can really get whatever the hell you want out of this life. But you have to do it. No one's going to come. There's no fucking awesome life fairy that's going to show up one day, touch you on the forehead with a wand, and boom, you're fucking awesome. That's not happening. You got to earn that shit.
Yeah. And we are not mediocre men.
We are not. We're fucking weirdos. But we're awesome weirdos. We're awesome freaks. That would be us. If we started a website, it would be awesomefreaks.com. I don't know if that exists or not, but that's what we would do. Do you have
gay freaks.
Awesome homo freaks. That's us. Do you have one tip for anyone out there who's listening who feels they need to stop caring what people think? Something they can do now before they come to the event to start loosening up.
Okay, I've answered this question before. Let me collect my thoughts. I think one thing that worked with me when it comes to approaching girls is to write down every day how many times you watched a girl walk by and you didn't approach and you wanted it. You actually felt in your heart that, wow, I would love to be able to walk up to her. I mean, that would feel just right now. I wish right now that I could overcome that fear. Just write that down. You don't need to do it yet. And when you remember that, and also describe how they look like, and if you can remember that, once you do that every day, you can look at the paper every day, you'll see a number. And your mind, I mean, I don't know what's happening, but you're just naturally gonna, the inspiration, and it's not gonna be a forced thing coming up, just the inspiration will just take over, and you will just try it. Eventually you will try it. And then you can write down how many did you do. And if that's 0, that doesn't matter. But a lot of zeros in a row will probably make you think about it, And it'll be 1, and then suddenly you'll do 3. That's a really good one. I did this when I did Naked Guy Picking Up Girls, the video. I was not actually going up to chicks and talking to them during the day with the camera off. I wasn't doing that, and I did this just a few weeks later. I started doing this method. I came up with this method myself, and I just started approaching girls off camera, which was a really nice breakthrough, and I had a great time that fall when I came back to California. That's a good one.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's a nice one. I can see that being an effective tool.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good. And also the obvious thing, just say hi to people, high five people, smile, just be social.
Yeah.
Use every fucking opportunity to say hi to people when you can. Even when I buy some water at a store, I'll make some jokes and I'll connect a little bit as a human being with people before I just buy the water. And even just that, people remember you and you're different just from being a little bit different than everyone else. It's a skill and it builds over time. It's beautiful.
That thing there has been really big for me lately because I've started to do that when the camera's off. I tend to be a little, and then, I can easily fall into that. But yeah, if I just smile to people, you've probably told your audience this 1,000 times. I don't need to repeat it, but that has been big for me. That it's so simple, just so smiling, saying hi. Mm-hmm.
Well, crazy naked guy, Homo Fred. It's been wonderful having you on the show. I love you. I'm excited to see you. Everybody, best guy, I can tell. This is a good man. We're going to have a lot of fun in London. Can't wait to see you in a couple weeks, buddy.
Likewise. Yeah, I don't have an as awesome outro for you.
Let's give each other a big kiss.
Language.
Come on.
Yeah.
There we go. Beautiful. No, penis. No, he's our friend.
I was thinking penis. Where's the penis? Where's penis? And that just didn't come.
I'm not going to whip it out this time, but I'll save that for an encore. All right, brother. I'll see you shortly. Much love.
Bye. See you in London.
you said that you can't get prank videos don't go viral anymore. Is that true? Because I don't really follow. I don't really know what anyone's doing. Is that true?
I exaggerated a little, but and I'm halfly mad that it doesn't go viral anymore because it was so saturated, the whole trend. So
Right.
people started doing, staging reactions
Right,
to make it viral.
I see.
So that was. It didn't make me that mad, but once I realized that, oh wait a minute, if they watched that for 2 years, that's why they've not been watching me, because the reactions over there were so much better. However, I've also been very stinky when it comes to uploading often. I should have just done that. If I did that, it would be so much better.
Right.
Uploading often, they actually just want to see you doing things.
Well, this is what this is what I realized recently. Like, partially, like that one video that got 1 million views of me just running around talking to girls and shit. Partially, yes, it's the fact that I was showing guys like, look, you can just have fun and talk to girls. But partially, it was just my personality. And a lot of the people who, when I upload a video now, like even if it's just me talking, it'll still get, I don't know, between 5 and 10,000 views or something. And it's just people who like me. They don't need more advice. They just like me talking and joking around and just being myself. So I have a really, a few thousand guys who really love me for me. And it's really about just doing. Now I realize it's like, because I used to have all these thoughts of like, these guys are more popular than me, and I started first. Fuck this, and I think it's because, first of all, people were doing marketing specifically to get views, and I never was. I was just doing what I wanted to do and show people how to pick up girls, because that's what my life was about. But I think for me, the journey is going to be just doing what I love and talking about what excites me at the time. And that's what's gonna attract people to me, because when I'm really passionate about something and I'm loving it, even if it's just whatever health shit or this book about aliens or anything, it doesn't fucking matter. People like me talking about things and being excited about shit. So that's really what I want to be doing. I just want to be me, man. I just want to be me and have fun. And the people who really like me will appreciate it. And people who just want to see crazy pranks or they want to just see me picking up girls or whatever, they're just gonna find other people, and that's fine. But I can only be me. So it really comes down to just being even more authentic as you move forward. Always just 100% what is it that you love and doing that. I think that's the key to life happiness, really, as well as success too.
Yeah, you also want to entertain as well as inspire.
I can't help
That's
it.
cool.
Because I am. Yeah. I did stand up, dude. I was doing stand up when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that was like, what you I don't even know. Were you even you were in diapers? You were like 9 years old or some shit. So it was a long time ago. So that's what I do. That's literally what I do. I entertain people, but I love waking people the fuck up. So inspiring is one word. Another word is like waking people the fuck up from the dream that we're in. You know?
Yeah. Oops.
Is your dick hard?
Yeah. How many shows have you done?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I've thought about it before. Definitely over 1,000, but I don't even know.
Wow.
It could be a lot more.
Oh shit. That. Yeah. That's definitely over 1,000 shows.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Well,
so you're talking about trying to get on stage as much as possible from the year 1997 to the year 2010, and sometimes doing 2 shows a night. And sometimes doing 1 show a night, and sometimes doing 3 shows a week, 4 shows a week. So yeah, man, it's a lot of fucking shows.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I wish I had that experience. I have a show, and I believe in the 10,000 hour rule. It's hard to get 10,000 hours of stand-up comedy, but with the preparation and all,
it's hard.
That's probably 10,000 hours.
In comedy, you probably don't need 10,000. Probably 1,000 is enough to really be fucking awesome. And I've met people who are really awesome who've done 30, 40, 50 shows. So that, it really there's so many ingredients to it. It's very hard to pin down. It's a lot about your presence and how you feel about yourself and where you are, and also how comfortable you are on stage, and also what's your joke writing ability, what's your ability to be present in the moment. So it's so many factors. It's impossible to predict who's going to be funny. I did a workshop. Steve Pavlina.
Yeah.
Like, he invited me as a guest to be, to just come down with my girl and participate in his workshop. But of course I ended up telling stories and being a big part of the whole thing. And at the end, I said, I had so much fun. I said, look, if anyone here is interested in learning to do stand-up comedy, I'm willing to put 2 hours of my time in at the end of this, and I'm just going to teach you guys how to do stand-up comedy. And half the people, it was about 15 people, said, yeah, we want to do it. So I explained, these are the structures, this is jokes, this is how you talk about pain. I just went through a little mini workshop for comedy. And at the end, I was just inspired. I said, okay, and I did a little bit of comedy. And I said, okay, who wants to come up? And I had them write their own material. I said, who wants to come up and just tell one joke, do 1 minute of comedy? And one person came up and they were funny, and the next person came up and they were funny. And in the end, every single one of those people went up and they did comedy for 1, 2, 3 minutes. And dude, some of it was so funny, I was crying.
Oh,
because it was such a loving environment, and people were so loved up from the seminar and helping each other and growing. It was personal growth. That's what Steve's about. So that's what it was. People were in such a great environment. There was no pretense. No one was trying to fake it. No one was even trying to be funny. They actually, I don't know. I have to give credit to Steve because he created this environment that was so beautiful. But partially it was me. No one was faking anything. Everyone was so authentic, and they just came up and told pain from their lives that. It was just so honest and so funny. We were crying. People were crying in the audience because people were Mormons talking about what it's like to be Mormons, and it was so funny. And there was one guy who was like a drug addict who told some fucking story about how he almost killed his father. I mean, dude, we were dying, and that just went to show me if you really get honest with yourself and you really get in touch with what you really want to say and your real pain, and you're not trying to even be funny, you're just sharing some crazy shit about your life, you can get very good very fast. So the real secret, that I've discovered in my later years, only recently, if you can get really, really authentic with your life and your pain and who you are, you can be very, very funny very, very quickly.
Oh, that's cool. That's very inspirational.
And that's what was missing when I was doing comedy in my 20s. I didn't know who I was. I was funny. I had some good jokes, some really fucking stupid jokes. I was overconfident. I was loud. But I didn't really know who I was. I hadn't found myself or my voice, and that's why I never blew up as a comedian. I was very funny, but I was, I just went and did it professionally, and then that's it. But now it's going to be a different story because I just, I'm fucking me a lot more. I'm a lot more me. I don't know if I'm 100% me, but even if I'm 80% me, that's probably 70% more than I was at one point in my life. You know what I mean? And that's that authenticity, is so important. Not just with comedy, with everything. Imagine you're that authentic with women or with your friends or even at a job interview. What happens when you're that authentic in life? You see what I'm saying? It's powerful, dude. It's powerful as fuck. That's the authenticity, and that's probably the most important thing as a man to realize in this society where everything is about money and your connections and your car and where and status and all this fucking bullshit that's not real. How can we be ourselves? How can we be authentic ever? If we're just trying to make more money to impress people or impress girls, or it's fucking bullshit. So that's really the message that I'm trying to get across, and that's probably the main thing we're going to be talking about at the Infinite Man Summit next month. Is that authenticity? That how do you get authentic? How do you get comfortable with who you are and your intentions and being a fucking amazing man who can do whatever he wants in his life? How do you become the you that's okay to live the life you deserve? And that's really that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm excited about what we're doing, buddy.
Yeah, I'm getting fired up. I'm getting fired up for comedy and for to go to London again.